affirmative that's there to vote for it, to reach the majority.
No, because motions passed on majority votes with abstentions.
We just went over this literally 3 or 4 hours ago. Ms. Satterwhite.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bullying, threatening, and retaliation against PWCS staff are not welcome from anyone, especially when that person is a school board chairman. Since last Wednesday, Mr. Sawyers has sent a flurry of emails to staff insisting on complete access to his predecessor's emails, or as he calls it, all the emails in my office. This is completely unprecedented. He wants access so that he may, quote, search them for any reason I deem necessary in my capacity as school board chairman, end quote. It is my belief that this is a quest to get information to assist him with his ongoing legal issues. Basically, he's demanding unfettered access to former chairman-at-large Milt John's emails. If he wants to access information, he has only to put in a FOIA request. There's absolutely nothing to hide, and everybody else puts in FOIA requests. Like I said, this is completely unprecedented. In addition to the audacity of his request, Mr. Sawyers uses language that is clearly threatening and meant to intimidate. His tone is unprofessional. The attitude and demands are in direct violation of the PWC School Board Code of Ethics. Number 9 states, I acknowledge that individual school board members have no authority to direct division staff. I will give staff the respect and consideration due skilled professional employees, and I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties. I will follow the chain of command and refer problems or complaints to the division superintendent for referral to the proper administrative office. It is unfortunate that the public may not be able to see some of the emails where his language takes a very strong tone. In light of recent conduct and correspondence, I feel Mr. Sawyers should be aware of Virginia Code Section 2.2-3103, number 10. And it says, no officer or employee of state or local government or advisory agency shall, and number 10 says, use his public position to retaliate or threaten to retaliate against any person for expressing views on matters of public concern or for exercising any right that is otherwise protected by law. And then it goes on. And then also, it might be helpful to know that violation of that chapter of code can result in a misdemeanor. Section 2.2-3120, knowing violation of a chapter is a misdemeanor. Any person who knowingly violates any of the provisions of, and it mentions the provisions, of this chapter shall be guilty of a Class 1 misdemeanor. And then it also, and there's some more language too, you can look it up. Again, that's Virginia Code Section 2.2-3120. And a knowing violation of chapter also constitutes malfeasance in office. Virginia Code Section 2.2-3122, which states, any person who knowingly violates any of the provisions of this chapter shall be guilty of malfeasance in office or employment. Upon conviction thereof, the judge or jury trying the case, in addition to any other finer penalty provided by law, may order the forfeiture of such office or employment. So there is some law on the records for retaliation. The email that we received tonight states, and it's from Mr. Christopher Kacharoff. It states, the purpose, to Mr. McGowan, the purpose of writing this email is to inform you that I will be filing suit in order to compel production of the school board's own property, its email communications from previous boards. While you have agreed that Mr. Sawyers is entitled to see these communications, you support the superintendent in his position that he can require a majority vote for a non-policy making decision before he can act. Given this contradictory position, which denies an elected official the exercise of his political rights and duties and supports a non-elected official's maneuver to require official action for internal administrative requests, I believe you have an ethical conflict. Please do not engage in any further representation of the school board or in any other conduct that would adversely affect the board or any board member's legal position on this question. Sincerely, Chris Kacharoff. This has been a huge distraction. Preparing for this meeting tonight required hundreds of pages of reading just for what was on the agenda, for what we were supposed to be addressing tonight, talking about our students. I believe I'm not alone in my desire to get away from these distractions and just get back to working for students, families, and staff. The reason I interrupted the meeting tonight trying to suspend the rules is because we did receive this email tonight that is threatening that is filing a lawsuit, and I feel that we do need to protect ourselves as a school board. This is unprecedented for a school board member or chairman, for that matter, to file suit against the school board. And so I wanted to make sure that the public's fully aware of what's going on. I am not releasing confidential emails. I will not do that. But I want the public to be fully aware of what's going on because it is the public who ultimately has to pay our legal fees. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Satterwhite. Mr. Brand?
Thank you, Mr.